Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another week of Total Body Strength. Hope y'all are ready for a good workout. We are going to be doing today, we're going to need dumbbells. So definitely have a heavier set and a lighter set. I always recommend having two. So in that way, the time period is a little bit longer and we're doing 3 rounds. So we're going to do 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest or transition time, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do that 3 times. So um, with that, having those 2 sets of dumbbells will help as things get longer. And by the 3rd round, we might be a little bit more tired. So that's where we can grab that lighter or medium set of dumbbells. So that is that. And I will go ahead and get started explaining everything. So like I said, 10 seconds of work. And by 10 seconds, I mean 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. And we're going to do upper body, lower body alternating. So I'm gonna fix this camera real quick. And so we're going to start off. We are going to be standing with some shoulders. We're going to do some Arnold presses here. So it's going to work our chest and shoulders. We're going to have our dumbbells here in front of our face, elbows up. And we're going to rotate up and over into that press and back down. So that is the first thing we're going to do. And then we are going to go ahead and do some alternating curtsy lunges. So you're going to step back and behind diagonally, hips forward, down, squeeze the glutes, stand back up, and alternating sides. So that knees tracking past the second toe, squeezing the glutes as we come up. And then after that, we're going to do a bicep curl into a shoulder press. So palms forward, bicep curl, rotate into a press. So that's going to be the third thing we're going to do. And then after that, we're going to do some reverse lunges. So alternating again, stepping back and diagonal, squeeze the glutes, come back up. So my knee is coming out past that second toe and I'm stepping out to the side, not directly behind my foot. We want to have that balance there. So stepping a little bit out to the side. And then we're going to do some hip hinging here. So we're going to do some bent over tees. So back flat, shoulder blades pulled back tight, tuck the pelvis, push those hips back into that RDL position, arms coming straight out to the side like a T. So straight out, pinkies up, parallel with our body. And then last thing we're going to do, feet shoulders apart, similar thing. We're going to do some RDLs here. So pushing those hips back, squeeze the glutes, come back up. So just doing that, RDLs, and then we'll start back at the top with the Arnold presses. So that is going to be the whole circuit that we're going to be doing today. So we can go ahead and get started with our warm up and we can make our way onto the ground here, onto our hands and our knees. Yeah. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our upper body a little bit warmed up here. So we're going to do the active stretch into a passive stretch. So on the hands and knees, my right arm is going to reach through as far as I can. And then we're going to open up towards the ceiling. We're going to do this a few times. So we're reaching through, inhaling, watching our hand the whole time. Exhaling, reaching towards the ceiling. And reaching through, inhaling, exhaling towards the ceiling. And now on this one, we're going to reach through. We're going to put that hand on the ground, push the back of the hand into the ground, pull away with your upper back. Getting a nice stretch through the back here. Deep breath. After that exhale, go ahead and place that hand back under your shoulder. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So we're reaching through with the left hand, opening on up, watching that thumb the whole time, reaching through and back up. And last one, reaching through and up. And now we're going to reach through and stay down there, back of the hand on the ground, pushing into the back, pulling away with your upper back, pushing that hand into the ground. Nice big deep breaths. Slowly exhaling. And one more big inhale. And on the exhale, returning that hand under our shoulder. All right. Last part of the warm up here, we're going to do the hip flexor to hamstring stretch. So half kneeling here, my right knee's on the ground, left foot on the ground. Tuck the pelvis, keep that core tight. Squeeze the glute of the knee that's on the ground. We're going to push those hips forward, raise that hand overhead, feeling that stretch in the front of our right hip. Big deep belly breath on the exhale, bringing the glutes to the heels, toes up to the ceiling into that hamstring stretch. Let me turn so you can see that all the way. So bending forward over that leg, getting our body as close as we can, feeling that stretch through the calf and through the hamstrings. And exhaling back to hip flexor. We're going to do this last time on this leg, and then we'll move over to the other side. Big deep breath, feeling that opening up the front hip, and exhaling into that hamstring stretch. Big deep breath, and on the exhale, we can go ahead and come out of that. We're going to switch over to the other side. So now my left knee on the ground, right foot on the ground, tuck the pelvis, keep that core tight, squeeze that glute of the knee that's on the ground, pushing those hips forward, reaching that hand overhead, breathing nice and deep into the belly, feeling each breath expanding that front of the hip. And rocking back into the hamstring stretch. Nice big deep breath, getting as close as we can to our leg. And on the exhale, switch it back to hip flexor. Raise the hand overhead, pelvis is tucked, squeezing that glute the whole time, pushing those hips forward. Big deep belly breath. On the exhale, rocking back into the hamstring stretch. And we can go ahead and come out of that. And we're going to make our way to standing. We're going to get started with our circuit. So we are going to be grabbing our dumbbells. We're doing 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, starting with our Arnold presses, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we have our dumbbells starting right in front of our face. So we got 90-degree angles in the elbows here. So that's what that looks like, rotating up and overhead into a press and back down. So we're going to feel this in the chest a little bit, into our shoulders, making sure we're breathing, keeping our core tight. So as I come above my head, I'm not arching my back. So if you start to feel your back arching like that, the weight is a little bit too heavy for you. So go ahead and grab a lighter set of dumbbells. We want to keep everything nice and tight here, just using our shoulders to bring the weights up over our head. Keep breathing here, really pushing, using the chest and shoulders. 3, 2, 1. All right, up next, we're doing our curtsy lunges. So we're alternating each side, stepping back in diagonal. 3, 2, 1. So we're keeping all that weight in the front foot here, squeezing the glutes, standing on up. So we're making sure that we're keeping those hips. So we don't want the hips out. We want our headlights on our hips to blind the camera. Making sure we're not forgetting to breathe. Hold your breath. Whole foot on the ground. Heel big toe, little toe. Pushing off the ground away from us. Great job. Keep pushing. Use those glutes. We want our chest to be right over the arches of our feet. All of that weight in the front foot. We're not using the back foot to push back up. 3, 2, 1. All right, up next, bicep curl into shoulder press. 3, 2, 1. Guess it's a little early for me. Words are hard this morning. It's not even Friday. It's just Thursday. Oh, I'm doing the right thing. I thought I was doing the wrong thing first. I'm awake, I promise. Bicep curl, squeezing the biceps, turning, pressing overhead. So making sure that we don't have a super tight grip on the dumbbells. Want to be nice and loose, because otherwise if we squeeze the heck out of these dumbbells, we're going to get more of a forearm workout than a bicep workout. But we really want to pull our hands towards our shoulders with just the bicep. So I say this a lot, but really have that intent with each movement. So moving the weight with the muscles we're trying to work. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up we are doing reverse lunges. We're going to be alternating with these as well. 3, 2, 1. So we're stepping back, Keeping that weight again still in the front foot, making sure, as you can see, my legs are going out to the side a little bit. My foot is not in behind my front foot directly. Give me this angle here too. So my knee is tracking just over my second toe, squeezing the glutes, coming back up. Great job. Keep that core tight. Back is flat. We are squeezing the glutes all the way up, not using that back foot to push ourselves up, just the front foot. Great job. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we got bent over tees. So we're going straight out to the side with our arms. 3, 2, 1. So dumbbells are coming straight out to the side. We're squeezing through the backs of our shoulders, making sure our low back is nice and flat. This is a great exercise to help strengthen our rear delts. So that's the back part of our shoulder. That's going to help us with posture and undoing the movement that we usually are doing during the day, which is slouching over the computer a lot of the time. So if we strengthen our back, it'll make that feel a little bit better throughout the day. So this is a great exercise for posture. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last part of the circuit here, we're doing Rdls. 3, 2, 1. So weight is on the front of our legs, hands running down the fronts of the legs here. So the weight is not coming too far forward, because if you let the weight come forward more here, you're going to feel that in your low back. We do not want any pressure on the low back. So our core is tight, our back is flat. We're squeezing the glutes all the way up. Don't forget to breathe. You want to go as low as you need to until you start to feel a little pull in the hamstrings, and that's when you come right back up. 3, 2, 1. All right, 10 seconds. Now we're starting at the top with the Arnold Presses. 3, 2, 1. So hands in front of the face, rotating up and out. This is a great exercise for the rotator cuffs as well. Getting some good shoulder strength and shoulder movements here in this workout today. The stronger our rotator cuffs are, the stronger our shoulder joints will be. If you've taken my classes before, you know my spiel, but our shoulder joints are all pretty weak. They're just, our arms are attached to our body by our collarbone. So it's really important to make sure we're focusing on shoulder health and shoulder strength, because those joints are pretty, that shoulder joint is not a very strong joint. So we're doing what we need to. 3, 2, 1. All right, up next, curtsy lunges. I know we all love those lunges. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back at diagonal, squeeze the glutes, standing on up. Really making sure our front leg is doing all the work. If you need to slow the movement down to really feel it in those glutes, please do that. Want to make sure, again, we are practicing our movements with proper intent. It's really easy just to move the weight up and down, right? We really want to focus on moving the weight with our glutes here. Moving properly with that proper intent is going to do way more for us than just doing the exercises to do the exercises. So having that focus, mind to muscle connection. 3, 2, 1. Okay, up next, we have bicep curl and depresses. 3, 2, one. If at any point you need to grab a sip of water, take a second, take a sip or two. Really important to stay hydrated in general, but especially if we're sweating, getting a good workout in, we need to replace what we're sweating out with water and some electrolytes. Great job. Use those biceps, use the shoulders, making sure our ears are not coming up towards our shoulders. We're just pressing the weight above head, keeping that core tight, our back flat, using just our muscles. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we got the reverse lunges. 3, 2, 1. So we're alternating, stepping back and behind, keeping the weight in the front foot, heel, big toe, little toe, pushing the ground away from us, making sure our knees are tracking past our second toe, so the knee is slightly out to really get that good glute engagement here. Standing up if you need to stand up slower as you really focus on those glutes. Mind to muscle connection. Great job. Keep pushing. We're almost there. You guys are doing awesome. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, bent over tees. 3, 2, 1. So pushing those hips back, bringing our hands parallel with our bodies here. Making a T, pinkies are up. So my pinkies are here coming straight up. So focusing on keeping our thumbs down, pinkies towards the ceiling. Driving with those elbows. It's going to really help us focus on our rear delts. Like I said, great for posture. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last part is going to be our RDLs. Then we're going to go through that one more time, and then we'll be able to cool down. 3, 2, 1. And then we'll cool down and get you guys going on the rest of this wonderful Thursday. The sun is out. The air is crisp. It's going to be a great day. Hopefully we all can get outside at some point today, whether it's for a walk or just to stand in the sun for a little bit. Get some nice sunshine. Squeezing those glutes all the way up. Just like with the lunges, if you need to move a little slower so that you feel the movement, definitely do that. Really squeezing the glutes all the way to the top. Back is flat. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last round, starting with the Arnold presses here. 3, 2, 1. Hands straight in front, up and around, and back down. Try and make sure you don't do what I just did. You don't want those dumbbells to hit to each other at the top. That's going to start creating some momentum, and we don't want to use momentum here. We only want to use our intended muscles, which right now are the chest and shoulders. You'll feel it a little bit in the chest as you come together with those hands, but as we rotate coming out and up, we're going to feel that more in the shoulders and our rear delts and in our rotator cuffs as well. 3, 2, 1. All right, up next we got those curtsy lunges. Getting our glutes ready. 3, 2, 1. So back and diagonal, knee coming past that second toe. So again, it's going to be slightly out so we can focus on that glute engagement. And all of our weight is in the front foot as we stand up. So balance is really key here too. So making sure we are keeping that core tight. Our back is flat. Chest is going to be directly over the arch of the front foot, helping us keep all of that weight forward. So we feel that again in the glutes. So if you see me from this side here, it looks just like with the reverse lunges where my body is in the same position. My leg is just going diagonal instead of straight back. And that diagonal is going to give us 3, 2, 1. It's going to give us more of that glute engagement. All right, curl to press here. 3, 2, 1. Palms forward, curl, rotate, press up. Great job. I said earlier, nice loose grip. Don't want to white knuckle it. Pressing straight above head. Keeping that core tight. Our back is flat. If you start to feel that back arch, go ahead and drop the weight a little bit. That's why I always recommend having 2 sets of dumbbells so you can always adjust the weight that you need as you start to get tired and as the weight starts to feel heavy or if you are not doing it properly. 3, 2, 1. All right, reverse lunges up next. We're halfway through this last round. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back and behind us. Heel, big toe, little toe, pushing the ground away from us. Knee past that second toe. Squeeze the glutes. Stand right back up. Core is tight. Our back is flat. Our spine is in one line, and that includes our neck. So keeping our chin slightly tucked, just like with what we do with squats or RDLs. Any movement, it's really important that our spine is in one straight line, and the spine includes the neck. 3, 2, 1. All right, up next, we got bent over T's, and then we got RDLs. 3, 2, 1. Bringing our hands parallel, our spine in one straight line, squeezing those rear delts, pinkies up, keeping that back flat. Great job, you guys, working on that posture. Something we all can improve upon. I know I can. Squeezing those rear delts. Try not to use any momentum here. Mind to muscle connection, really focusing here. 3, 2, 1. All right, last up, we got RDLs. And then we're gonna get into our cool down. 3, 2, 1. So slight bend in the knee, pushing those hips back until we start to feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Keeping our back flat, core tight. Great job. If you need to slow it down again to feel it properly, definitely do that. Squeeze those glutes all the way up. So a great movement for glute strength, which is going to help with low back pain. So it's going to help us strengthen that low back. 3, 2, 1. And we are done with the workout. Great job, you guys. Go ahead and get a sip of water if you need it. And then we're gonna make our way onto the ground for our cool down. We're gonna be laying on our backs this morning for this. So go ahead and get into a nice comfortable position. Laying on your back, we're gonna stretch out our piriformis first. So we did a lot of glute work today. So we're gonna be on our back, right ankle right above the left knee. And if that feels like a good stretch for you, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little bit of extra tension, interlace those fingers and grab behind the knee or in front of the shin, whatever's available to you today. But we're gonna go ahead and bring that knee towards our chest, really pulling that knee up, and that's gonna help us stretch out our low back a little bit, but most importantly, our piriformis muscle, which can get pretty tight from sitting, from working out, just in general. So we're gonna slow our breath down here. Nice, big, deep belly breaths. Slowly exhaling. After the next exhale, you can go ahead and release that foot back to the ground. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So if you had the right leg up, now the left ankle right above the right knee. And you can either stay there or you can grab your shin or behind the knee, whatever's available to you. Pulling that shin, pulling your knee towards your chest. Nice, big, deep belly breaths. Feeling that low back expand. And we can do one more big inhale here. And on the exhale, go ahead and release that foot back to the ground. And last thing we're gonna do a nice pretzel stretch. So you can go ahead and make your way onto your side here. I'm on my left side, so my right leg is gonna come up and over. So top leg up, over, and across. Bottom hand goes on top of that knee. Top hand is gonna go ahead and grab the foot or ankle of the bottom leg. We're gonna inhale to prepare, and from here, we're gonna exhale and bring both our shoulders towards the ground. So this is gonna help us give us a nice chest stretch, open up our back. We're gonna do a few deep breaths here, and then we'll flip over to the other side. So nice big deep inhales. Exhaling, sighing away any tension we feel in our bodies this morning. Great job. Do one more big inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and release out of that stretch. Go ahead and release that bottom leg. We're gonna go ahead and flip over to the other side. So now I'm gonna be on my right side, and same thing, top leg comes up, over, and across. Bottom hand on top of that knee, and then top hand grabs the bottom foot or ankle. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, opening up towards the ground. Nice big deep inhales, slowly exhaling. And one more big inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and release out of that. And you can roll over onto your stomach to hands and knees, or you can return to any position you would like. That is going to be all the time I have for this morning's total body strength class. So thank you all for joining me. It was a great workout. I hope you all feel nice and refreshed, ready to go on with your day, starting in the morning off right with a good workout. Don't forget, we do have quite a few live classes today. So we have stretch break at 11 with Luis, 12 p.m. exercise with exos with me. And then at 12:30, we have dance with John. At 2:30, another stretch break with Luis. And at 4:30 is abs, core, and mobility with Brittany. So don't miss out on any of those live offerings. And we do also
We
have
started our day right with
Yes,
Jasmine.
we did. It's a
Thank
great way to start the day. Great job,
day.
everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you all at some point during the day at any other live classes.